Zdravo.
Hello, wie geht's?
Buongiorno.
Hello, how are you?
Olá, tudo bem?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Preply. Preply is an online language learning marketplace connecting tutors to hundreds of thousands of learners in over 180 countries worldwide. More than 35,000 teachers teach over 50 languages, powered by a machine learning algorithm that recommends the best tutors for each learner. Hit the link in the description box for access to 30% off your very first language lesson. That is 30% off your very first language lesson. Thank you, Preply. Now back to the show. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Defying Podcast. Today, we are here with our good friend. Oh, JJ's here. Our good friend Alex is back. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go. Long time no see, baby. And today we're going to do our immediate reactions to UFC 296. Oh my God, what a card. I think it was out of how many fights were there? Like 12, 13, 90%, 90+% of them were finishes. There was only two fights that weren't finishes, which was the main event and then the female fight on the card, Irina Aldani versus help me.
Rosa.
Yes, Carolina Rosa.
Yeah.
Which was an amazing fight, by the way. Holy shit. And for the most part, and also the co-main event, Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval, which is also an amazing fight, too. So most of the fights were finishes. Every fight on the prelim, except for the Carolina Rosa and Irina Aldani, and every fight on the early prelims was complete finish. So let's go through the entire card. And we're going to start with the main event, Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. All right. I have my immediate thoughts. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm upset, okay? Okay, JJ, what's your feelings about this fight, how it went down?
I said it on the last one. It was he was sharper, you know.
Excuse me, I'm blowing my nose real quick.
He was better. He was even better than him on the ground, you know. So I think he just dominated him pretty much from bell to bell. But I also thought Colby could have done more. They both could have done more, I think. But definitely a good performance by the champ. He stayed composed even after he talked about his dad and stuff like that, which was kind of messed up, you know. But all's fair, love and war, I think. That's my opinion on that. But overall, good card. A lot of finishes. I'm so sad about Tony.
Fuck. Let's stay in the main event. Stay on the main event. We'll go down. Alex, what was your thoughts of the main event?
So for me, the main event was kind of the sadly part of the main, of the all event.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like I accept more from Colby
Mm-hmm.
after all that
Talk,
shit talk and all this. But I'm not that surprised because we were talking with JJ yesterday during the fight. Like Edwards did what he had to do,
Right.
and looked like kind of the same fight as the Usman and him, in London in March.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like really smart, managing the distance and just kicking his leg.
Yeah, and taking his ass down.
That's crazy.
That
was crazy.
I think that was his tell you my motherfucker, don't think it's sweet. I'm just gonna say it, man. I'm disappointed in Colby Covington. I'm not gonna lie. I am a fan. I still am a fan of Colby, but one, I don't know about the comment about his dad. That was fucked up. That was real fucked up. Like that. But then again, you gotta expect some shit like that from Colby. I wasn't surprised. It was shocking that he would say it like that, but at the same time, I'm like, man, he's talked about a lot of people's families. Like he goes to families, you know what I mean? He said that about Kamaru Usman's dad being in prison. He's talked about Masvidal's family, his kids. He done talked about Ian Gary's wife. Like he talks about everybody's family.
What do you expect from a guy who insult an whole country in Brazil?
Yeah.
Back to Brazil that they say
He said Brazil, you're a dumb. Yeah, so
That's and to be devil's advocate, that's what kept him in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because,
So,
you know.
And it made the fight more interesting. We watched, oh shit, what's his reaction gonna be like? But my thoughts on that comment, and then talking that sort of shit, and then coming to the fight, the first two rounds were boring as fuck. He didn't do anything. He was just kind of just circling. And then at the end of the fight, he was talking shit, saying it was easy. So I'm like, hold on, Colby. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm a fan of you, but you can't talk that much shit, not do anything in the fight, and then be compromised, and then come out and talk all that shit. And then he was like trying to get the fans back on his side, and he kept trying, and it wasn't working. At the end, he's like, "Oh, fuck you guys." I was like, "Bro, I don't know." He I don't think he tried. I don't know. I don't know what was in his heart.
Well,
but
I think he didn't expect that speed from Leon Edwards. Every time he threw something, Leon had a reaction.
he didn't
for
throw anything.
it. You know,
He-
so that's why, because every time he would throw something, Leon had a fast reaction to it.
Yeah.
He couldn't time his speed right, so he didn't want to throw something and then be like, "Oh shit, I don't know where this is coming from," because he's too fast. So that's what made him kind of timid. And then the leg kicks, then the kicks up the middle. You know,
Man.
and he was looking slow. He wasn't looking sharp.
He looked labored.
You know?
He I don't think he was tired, but he just looked different, like significantly slower, significantly. And he said it was the ring rust, but I don't know, man. Colby, he's such a high level fighter, and he had a lot more in the tank than that. So I don't know. In the 5th round, at the last 2 minutes, is when he really like started fighting. You know what I mean? Leon tried.
Should have been doing that.
He should have been doing that the whole fight. I don't know. And then it was weird. It was weird. That was but I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in that. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for Leon. I think Leon is a phenomenal champion, phenomenal fighter. I originally picked him, but I thought the whole Trump thing. I thought Trump being there would have helped Kobe a little bit more, but yes, it didn't. I think that might have actually hurt him a little bit. He was probably
he walked out while Kobe was talking.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
They
see?
showed it on the clip. Yeah.
Damn. See, I don't know what was going on with that. That was weird. But congratulations to Leon Edwards. What a great fight.
Kobe Covington was
him.
never my friend.
He was never my friend. I don't know him. I don't even know. He came to the White House once. He showed up randomly. I don't know. Fuck. But congratulations to Leon. I think he's gonna be a long reigning champion. He got past those two guys, Kamaru and Colby, relatively easy. Colby was saying that was an easy fight for him. No, that was an easy fight for Leon. He checked all the boxes: grappling, wrestling, boxing, and kickboxing. So,
Yeah, we can see the improvement of Leon on the
much
ground.
improvement.
That's
Oh my!
crazy.
Even from the last Kamaru fight, like
He did have those mistakes though in the first when he tried to take his back. He wizarded and took his
Yeah.
back, and then Leon reversed it. Like
Yeah.
instead of keeping that same wizard and just standing right back.
I
up.
think that was like the comment fucking with him. You know what I mean? He was just trying to like dominate Kobe in every
it
every
could have
which
just
aspect.
been a simple mistake.
Could have been.
You
I'm
know?
overanalyzing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean-
in that 3rd round. All right. Next, we have the co-main event: Alexander Pantoja versus Brendan Royval. And I'll be honest, personally, I wasn't very excited for this fight at all whatsoever. Like I kind of almost forgot it was on the card. And no disrespect to either gentleman, it's just I don't know. I think every other fight on that card outshined this one to me as far as star power and excitement. But it turned out to be a really exciting fight, so I'm actually kind of happy it was the co-main event because I believe I didn't even pick anybody for this fight originally, but I remember like before they started first round 1, I was thinking Royval would have done some crazy shit. But you watched their first fight, Royval, it was pretty much the same thing that happened in the first fight, except that Pantoja didn't get the finish. But I think Royval, he was much more patient. He was calmer. He wasn't throwing like crazy wild things like he usually does, and I think that kind of was to his detriment in a way because first round 1, Pantoja was just putting the pace on him, was just throwing those kicks up the middle, was just throwing.
He came out like a
bat out of hell, and then but you know what I mean, and
it made him tired.
taking him Royval down constantly and just making him work on the ground, that kind of drained him.
You saw at the end there when his coaches told Royval the right thing. They told him like, just stop moving around, stay in the pocket, and throw your 1-2s down the middle. He's tired, and look what happened. He started doing that.
That was the most exciting part of the
He
fight,
was-
round
yeah.
5. Yeah, like
He was matching him. He was,
but
he was
Royval,
piecing
I
him up.
mean, Pantoja just kept taking him down. I
Yeah.
think that was the most disappointing. Like whenever Brandon would get a little bit of like momentum striking, because his striking is crispy. Like he's one of the best strikers at 125. I think
Yeah.
as far as creativity goes. Like he's always throwing random fucking shit and it lands and it looks cool. But as soon as he would get momentum, Pantoja would just find an opening for a takedown, like right there, and then just get him down. What was your thoughts on that fight, Alex?
To be honest, I was expecting kind of that fight.
Same thing, yeah.
That is gonna be like kind of exciting and all
Mhm.
this because we know Pantoja is like really. We saw the fight with Brandon Moreno.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy fight. So,
Mhm.
but to be honest, yeah, the last round was
The best one.
the
Yeah.
most exciting as an MMA fan. Like
Right.
if you see the 1 to 4, like for a grappler,
Mhm.
like the exchange was really nice. Like all the position mixing and all
Mhm.
this, but. At the end, yeah, I was expecting Pantoja to win that
Okay.
fight, but
Yeah.
that was a really good fight. I mean,
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I
didn't-
saw a comment that was like,
What did it say?
"This was the most dominant. It was the most dominant poor performance ever."
Yo, I don't know. For
And
some
I agree
reason,
with
like,
that because it was like dominant, but like it's just
kind of boring at the same
like
time.
he
Yeah,
just
it was-
underperformed. Like he blew his wad that first round. He came like he wanted to fuck him up. He wanted to fuck him up bad. But then
It's
you
so
know?
weird when you have these sort of cards because we're spoiled throughout the entire card. Every fight was damn near a finish. So when
Yeah.
you get to a fight like this and it's so technical, I think our brain just expects, you know what I mean, fireworks the whole time. So when it's like it's not leading up to that expectation, I think we kind of we have a skewed reaction to it, I think. But as far as I'm concerned, it was a good fight. There was a lot of grappling exchanges. Pantoja's a really good jiu-jitsu black belt, so he stayed on top, kind of dominated the top position. Royval wasn't urgent to get back to his feet. I think that was his biggest issue. Or he just couldn't. You know what I mean?
think he couldn't.
He just
Pantoja's
couldn't. You know what I
strong,
mean?
strong
Pantoja's
guy.
strong. He has a very strong grappling game. So, all right. Congrats to Pantoja. And now we have the Coco, which was, okay, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Steven Wonderboy Thompson. Golly, what a fucking fight. Man, I'm tired of these I'm happy for Shavkat. I think he's going to be a really good he'll probably get the belt at some point, to be honest. He's 18 fights, 18 finishes. But it sucks for Wonderboy because he's such a great striker. He needs to fight someone that's going to strike with him. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to strike with you. And then they end up taking him down. Like,
only Kevin Holland.
only Kevin Holland kept that, you know, that his word. But even Kevin Holland took him down at one point, but still lost. So I think Wonderboy, it sucks, man. I want to see him get the belt, and I think he's that good. It's just his grappling against these guys. They just hold him up against the cage, and then they get him down somehow, some way. And you have to beat Wonderboy in such a boring way, even though Shavkat got the finish, and Shavkat is capable of doing amazing things on the feet. But I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not mad, but I'm sad for Wonderboy because he doesn't get to use his attributes, but that's a fight. That's how it is. You have to be prepared for that sort of thing to happen. So, what do you think?
Yeah, like you said, that's how you gotta fight Wonderboy, and most of everybody fights him that way and just takes him to a decision. But rarely anybody finishes him, and Shavkat did.
Oh, it was 5 seconds left. Oh,
So,
fuck.
You know, he made a statement with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that kid, yeah, he's gonna be champ for sure.
He's really
him
good.
and Leon, I think, is probably gonna be like a crazy fight, like real good fight. They're like the same height, same length.
He's really good.
Like they're both MMA guys. Sorry, Anna.
What do you think? You train with him, right? So
Yeah.
you see him in the.
So I saw him like for the.
All right, I just wanted to take the time out to thank our new sponsors, We Hate Clubs. We Hate Clubs is a brand which was developed with the idea that people should live outside of their comfortable spaces. Leaning into music, art, photography, parties, and fashion, We Hate Clubs is built to function as something greater than oneself. Make sure to follow We Hate Clubs on Instagram if you're in the Chicagoland area. Now back to the show.
Whole camp, and people doesn't know, but he get injured during training, like the ankle.
Oh, wow.
So he was doing some therapy like in the morning, every morning for this, and that's why he didn't stay on the field.
Oh,
That's why the
makes
fight
sense.
was kind of boring for most of the people because he wasn't really able to stay on
To do what he can
because
do, yeah.
even if he sparred like maybe the last weeks before the fight, at one point he was stopping training and just do some bicycle or stuff like that, and just go to the therapy just to to make the ankle getting better, but that's why.
Mm.
And I think now he's gonna get like an operation or something.
Oh,
on the
wow,
ankle
wow,
because,
wow.
Yeah, he had them both wrapped up. He had
Yeah.
them both wrapped up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why people like. I saw the comment. Yeah, he's not that good. You see, boring this. Shimaev is better and all
Mhm.
this, but at one point, I mean, that guy is like really real mixed martial artist. Like he's good everywhere.
He's good everywhere, huh?
And I saw him a lot, and when you are next to that guy, bro, I'm scared.
Yeah, oh shit, really? He's that good, yeah.
That's crazy because it doesn't look like this, but when you stay next to him, like he brings something you don't want to mess with that guy, and I think that guy can be a champ. Like
Oh, for sure.
really
He's from
easy.
one of the, what is he, Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers. Mountain, well.
That's
them
crazy because he
some
says
savages.
he says like, "What's your favorite animal?" He say horse, and what's your favorite food? Horse. It's crazy.
Yo, because he doesn't talk, he doesn't understand English or doesn't speak English, so he's
Doesn't
just like
know.
kind of silent.
He just go and do training, and that's it. I mean,
Damn. He's like serious the whole time,
he
huh?
missed the wedding of his sister. He didn't want it to go to the hospital for the ankle. Like, bro, the guy was on a mission. I mean, that guy, you cannot take him like
You
this.
can't take him lightly. No, okay, that if you now I have a little bit more insight, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It
And
makes
he's strong,
sense.
bro.
He's a
He's
strong
really
guy.
strong,
Yeah. Well, that being said, I guess he did the game plan best of his ability. I think anybody would do that realistically. You're not going to risk, because you got one of the best striker to ever come in the UFC. You're going to stand with him with a fucked
Because
up ankle?
look,
No, it's not
when
smart.
Wonderboy fought against Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert did the same thing, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he couldn't finish him.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's-
finished him.
Yeah.
And Gilbert is like a world champion in jiu-jitsu and
Yeah,
all
multiple
this.
time world champion. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. His squeeze must have been tight.
Yeah,
Because it was
because
5 seconds. He didn't
he's
have any
strong.
hooks.
He
like
didn't have like really the
neck,
neck
it
or
was the
something.
chin,
Just like
had
the
no
strength.
hooks. Like, oh my god, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's squeeze must have been that bad because it was only 5 seconds.
And
left,
easy
you know?
how he was able to pass to this position to the
Mhm.
other one. That's I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, once he got him down, it was like
That's it.
We're just waiting.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just waiting.
It's
But
crazy.
but credit to Wonder Boy. He's hard to get down.
He's hard.
his
Like,
defense was good.
He had
to
that
be
single
honest.
leg for a minute, and he was just sitting there
Yeah. The
just-
way his leg is just so
Yeah.
flexible.
Yeah.
I'm no one to tell Wonder Boy what to do. Far from it. But I'm just saying, Wonder Boy, if you're listening, you're probably 99.9% chance you ain't. But I'm just saying, probably go through a camp with only wrestling, only jiu-jitsu. You don't need to strike whatsoever. You are a karate master. You have mastered the art of striking.
like, what if he's a black belt in BJJ?
He is. I'm pretty sure he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. But
Yeah.
but like.
You're saying use that in your fight.
Yeah,
Like, apply it more in
he
your
needs
fight?
to do a camp with only grappling. Like put on some wrestling shoes, go on the mat and only wrestle and only grapple for like 3-4 months, 5 months, whatever it is, because I think he is like Wonder Boy has to end his career with the championship because he's so good. He's put in the work for all this time and like it's a storybook ending for him at the tail end of his career, and I think he has that ability to do it. It's just he's losing in the same way every single time, and I don't know. Obviously, he probably is working on his grappling. That's why his defense is so good, but I just want to see him like, only grapple for your camp because you have mastered the art of striking. You don't need
I don't know
anymore.
if that'll help him, though, at his age.
Why? It won't
Just
hurt
a
him.
whole a 3-month wrestling camp.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, what could it hurt? How could it just? Anyway, the next fight we have Paddy the Baddie Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson El Kukui. Man, happy for Paddy, sad for Tony. I don't know what's how to feel about that, to be honest. I expected Paddy to win personally. I didn't think he would finish him because I thought it'd been more of a dogfight, which it kind of was in the first round. I thought Paddy would have finished him. But Tony's a tough motherfucker. Like it's weird to say, but I don't think he's done yet. It's that fucked up to say, even though he's lost 7 in a row, been knocked out twice, been unconscious 3-4 times. I still feel as if he can hang with lower caliber UFC fighters. What do you guys think?
I mean, we saw it last night. He hung with a lower caliber UFC fighter,
Yeah,
and Paddy Pimblett.
yeah.
You think that's a high caliber UFC fighter?
Not necessarily. Well,
He's the
in the-
most overhyped fighter in the UFC.
damn. Hey, I'm a Paddy fan. Yo, I'll fuck with Paddy, but I don't think he is. Maybe.
I'm not trying to be a hater.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
no,
he-
no, no.
That's
no.
a fact.
That's
He's
no. You gotta be
the
honest, and I think
He's the most overhyped fighter.
actually. So my statement. Let me be clear what I say. I think anybody who's in the UFC in general, you are a high level fighter regardless what tier you are in the UFC. Obviously, when you get to the top 15 is when you can consider yourself elite of elite. Tony was there at one point and was there for the majority of his UFC career.
Right.
So now he's starting to fight lower tier guys and he's losing. But actually, no, he's only lost to the highest tier of guys. The lowest tier guys that he's lost to, and not to say that these two are that low, but Bobby Green, who I don't think is necessarily a low tier guy, but he's never cracked the top 10. I believe he was in the top 15, but I never think he was ever cracked the top 10. Maybe I'm mistaken. And Patty's never been ranked. But I wouldn't put those two guys in the lower tier of the UFC lightweights because it's such a big division.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I think Tony could beat someone who's making their debut as long as they're not, like, some wild, like
Maybe.
the next champion of the division.
Yeah, he can still hang in there.
He can still hang in there. And he was hanging with Patty in the sense, but Patty won every single round dominantly. So he kind of wasn't. In a weird, I don't know how to say it, but what do you think, Alex, about the fight?
To be honest, maybe I'm gonna be rude.
No.
Paddy sucks. To be honest, like
Yeah.
he stands and every time he's throwing a punch, like
Yeah, his chin is
Chin
up.
up.
If it was like
if he was the real Tony,
Yeah.
like he will
Tony
would
would have knocked him out for sure. Yeah.
He will crack him, and you see like after the second round, he was
was-
able to wall. He was tired and all this, so his cardio is not that good.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you want to be like considered as an elite
Mhm.
fighter and all this, you have to be.
Yeah, to everywhere.
Yeah.
Patty was
he looks-
gassed to the third
He
round.
looks
yeah.
like when he fights his stand up, he just looks like an amateur, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
amateur
weird.
fighter.
It is weird. But he gets it done, but it is weird. Yeah.
I've seen worse striking in the UFC. Yeah.
He's never been a striker, though.
But
He doesn't claim to be one either.
Yeah, but still, you gotta at least know your fundamentals, bro. Like your chin is in the air. You're just doing 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah.
I don't
His
know.
his chin is awfully
And
pretty high.
He stands so weird, like I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't
Everyone
know.
has. Hey, he's a scouter though, so
What?
he can't get knocked out. Apparently, there's just something in the water there in
I don't know
Liverpool.
about that.
Nah, they can
Everybody
definitely.
get knocked out.
They can definitely. That's just his thing. I don't know. I'm obviously. I've been
If
Put
he
him in
goes
real
once he
striker.
goes, I mean, look what Jared Gordon
Jared
did.
Gordon.
I definitely thought Jared beat him for sure.
He does.
For sure.
He-
For
for
sure.
me-
Well, let him
does.
keep
Yeah.
going. You know, put him against like a real elite fighter.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Paddy brings so much fans, so
Mhm.
much
Yeah,
stuff
right.
that, like, they just
UK.
want.
Yeah. I do. So, do you think that Patty belongs in the UFC?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
You think
of
that?
course.
At least
yeah,
like
of course.
as far as like skill set, like not even like hype or anything like.
yeah, because you can see some other fighter who have less skills than him.
Mhm.
And don't forget, he was a champion in Cage Warriors.
Yeah,
so-
that's what I'm
For
saying.
UFC, he's perfect.
Yeah.
Because of the eyes he brings. Because you remember, bro, the UFC is not a sport.
Mhm.
It's
It's
not
a
a sport.
brand,
It's a
it's a-
brand. It's a
yeah.
business. They're all about entertainment. So it ain't like they're not gonna be like, oh, that's why any of the top 10, top 15 guys can get a title shot
Mhm.
whenever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's the most entertaining, whoever's gonna bring
That's
the
it.
most,
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna. You know what I'm saying?
I have a few guys that I like really like that I've seen before they were in the UFC. Izzy was one, Brad Riddell was one, a lot of the New Zealand guys, and Paddy the Baddy was one. Like I remember when he was in Cage Warriors and the UFC offered him a fight, and he kept turning the UFC down. He's like, nah, I don't want to go to the. And so I don't know. I kind of have that mindset. Like I really like Paddy because I've been a fan of his prior to him coming to the UFC, and there's a few guys in the UFC now that I have that with before they got to the UFC. Before I was a massive fan, so I was like, it's tough because I see him. Yeah, his skill set is weird because he does really good at some points, but his fundamentals are really bad. But he's gotten to such a high level with it, so it's weird to. I don't know how that happens.
Put him a striker in front of a real one. And you
Listen, I'm not Patty's coach. I don't want to give him advice, but
Hey,
go
we
through a
give
whole
advice.
striking camp.
Yeah, go through a camp with no grappling.
No grappling,
Just
All
striking.
striking.
Just striking.
That's it.
The opposite of Wonder Boy. So I think Wonder Boy should go to his gym,
I'm talking,
and
I'm
he should
talking,
go
I'm
to
being sarcastic.
Wonder Boy
I'm
and
talking shit.
Patty should switch camps, bro. Because yeah,
But yeah, to be honest, yeah.
honestly, his chin is up a lot. Like he fights, it's like he's doing it on purpose. Like he puts his chin in the air.
But that's
It's weird.
He's gonna get cracked.
That's
Yeah.
why.
one day.
That's why Tony kept spamming the left hook every time he would come in. He
But
was spamming left hook,
To
but
be honest,
he wasn't catching him with it every time. But he was
Yeah.
spamming it because
Yeah.
he knew his chin would be in the
Tony
air.
should stop, bro. He's
You think Tony
taking-
should stop? Yeah.
He's taking too much damage.
Too much
bro.
damage.
And
I
he's-
want him to stop, but I want him to go out with a win
I
in the
know,
UFC.
of course,
but it's
but-
like 7 in a row now is fucking bad.
But you know why they don't want to like cut the contract off? Because people are still watching him.
Oh yeah, he's
That's the
He gets a
that's
crazy
Tony would
pop.
sell out a crowd still, even on a 7-fight losing
yeah,
streak. And
because everybody loves Tony. I mean,
But I mean, when Dana says the guy should retire, he
did Dana say he should retire?
Yeah, yeah. After the post-fight press
he?
conference, he said, "Yeah, Tony should retire."
I didn't. I gotta watch.
He
the
said it.
post
So
fight.
when Dana says it, I mean, and he said it in his last fight too. So
Is he gonna cut him? Did he say?
nah,
no,
he,
no.
doesn't. He doesn't.
I
Make-
think the
nah.
guy.
He'll never
Tony,
cut.
He probably
you
still
know,
has probably a couple more fights in his contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, and then the final fight or the first fight on the main card, which
What
was a
was-
quick one. We had Josh Emmett versus Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell, and well, sheesh is
He
the
went
word.
to go. He went to go. He sent him to go see his Lord and Savior.
Oh
Jesus Christ!
my God!
For at least a couple
Oh
seconds, bro.
my God!
Because
That was.
He cracked it.
I literally stood up. I couldn't.
The
that was-
sound, bro. The
It was
sound.
that was scary. That was a really scary
Oh, yeah.
knockout. Only because I really love Bryce Mitchell.
yeah. All jokes aside, I was worried too. Remember, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
I hope he's okay.
He,
I hope
like,
he's-
he
because
started
he was
seizing
shaking.
up, bro. He started having a seizure. That's,
yeah.
bro. I've never seen anyone do that before.
I've seen it and it's scary, bro. Because
I've never seen that in my
I've
life.
seen that before, and somebody doesn't get up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They end up in a coma and they end up brain dead.
Bro, I've seen a lot of people get knocked out. The very first MMA fight I've ever went to, and this was like right before I started fighting, the very first MMA fight, the first fight I even saw, this dude got slept. Like
Yeah.
bad. Like you've seen Family Guy when they're like their bodies all fucked. He looked like that. Like he wasn't moving for like 3-4 minutes. And everyone was like, oh, because like, everyone's like clapping, oh, and the guys were like, yeah. And then like a minute goes by, 2 minutes, 3 minutes goes by. He's not moving. And 4 minutes go by, and then he's like, oh shit, that is silent.
yeah.
Of course.
He can and then it's silent. You just hear him like, I'm like, yo. My friend's like, you still want to fight? I'm like, god damn. I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, fuck. But like that it kind of brought me back to that when I saw Bryce Mitchell because he's like seizing,
Convulsing and seizing
fuck,
up.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
But Josh Emmett can fucking crack, bro. Even in his old, he's like not even that old. What is he? 38? Oh, he's pretty old for fighting in his weight class. I would
That
say.
power, bro. Like,
Power, bro.
I know he's always had a nasty right overhand. Like,
We saw on Michael Johnson.
Michael
Johnson.
Johnson.
he
I
cracked.
should-
He cracked Qatar with it, but Qatar survived it. It was, Calvin Qatar.
Yeah.
Calvin Cater.
Calvin K. Or
Oh,
whatever.
Qatar,
yeah,
Cater,
close,
whatever.
close fight.
That was a close fight. Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, I should know this. I used to train at his gym. Ricardo Lamas. He slept Ricardo Lamas in Chicago. I remember that. I was
Yeah.
like, man.
Alpha male, right? Team
Yeah,
Alpha male.
he trains a Team Alpha Male, man. That was I mean, good for him because his back was against the wall. He wasn't sure if he was done fighting or not. He went on a few losing streaks,
Yeah.
a few fight losing streaks, but he came back and proved that, hey man, he's still one of the best in the world.
Hey,
even
him
though-
versus I would watch him versus Volk. I'd watch him versus Volk.
I
if they
mean,
fought.
now it's because he lost to Poria.
For the
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
for
That's right.
the-
Yeah.
And then Yair. No, he lost to Yair for the interim, and then he fought
Lost
Topuria,
to
Topuria.
Poirier, yeah.
And
Topuria
then,
fucked him up,
yeah,
to be
Topuria fucked
honest.
him up.
That's gonna be an interesting one.
Which, man, that's crazy because Topuria didn't knock out Bryce Mitchell. No one's knocked out Bryce Mitchell.
He finished. He submit him.
But he didn't knock him out.
Yeah.
He finished him, but he didn't knock him out. You know what I mean? That was a nasty, like,
That was the cleanest
thunderous.
overhand right you can get, bro.
And it wasn't even on his chin. It was
No,
on his head.
It
Like,
was
on his.
here, like.
I thought it was
no,
off
no,
his-
I didn't hear.
Oh,
here.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
it kind of looked like it hit his temple,
No,
no?
right here, bro.
Right here.
On his jaw?
Right on his
Or on
face,
his cheekbone, his
Yeah,
cheekbone.
right on his face.
Man, that was
Imagine
crazy.
if he was here.
Yeah.
With the power.
He's lucky he didn't get a broken orbital. He got hit right here, on
Yeah.
the, like right in the button, where it's
No, it
probably
wasn't like clean on the chin.
It was
though.
like right here.
It was like on his-
right here, bro.
That's crazy.
a little bit higher would have been the orbital would have been gone.
Man, Well, man, I'm happy he's okay, and I hope he gets the rest he needs and he can recover. And
It was the last minute fight too for him. He
2
stepped
weeks
in
notice,
2
but
weeks.
that doesn't change. Like he's always in shape. I think he just got caught, man.
He said it was his game plan. He came out with he said he was gonna be on the outside, use his feet, use a jab, but he usually doesn't fight like that. So that's what fucked him up. And that's from his own mouth. He said.
Man.
But to be honest, I wouldn't like let people fight like on short notice when
Yeah.
you see it, because like you see Volk how he get cracked and all people
They're
like
not.
this,
They're not
because
in.
even if they say they are in shape, they are not really in shape.
Yeah.
It's not the same like when you train like normally and in camp.
Mm-hmm.
And all the weight and all this, I mean, 2 weeks
Weight
or
cut,
10
yeah.
days for Volk.
Yeah,
You're
even
dehydrated,
4 weeks is like,
It's not enough.
tough.
It's not enough.
and Toledo had the 4 weeks, Landon had the 4 weeks,
yeah, and
had the
Lennon
4 week notice.
fight like
When
a
you-
real guy.
and he fought a real ass motherfucker.
When you're the more in shape you are, the harder shots you can take. You can absorb more shots because your body's used to that,
Yeah.
and you're in that state of awareness. But when he just went through a crazy weight cut, 24-hour recovery, but his brain's not fully rehydrated.
You're not
and just-
sharp.
you're
You're
not
not
as
because
sharp,
in
as
training
quicker.
camp you're sharp. Your eyes are like
Mhm.
it's way like you're twitching in your sleep and
Yeah,
shit. You
yeah.
know because
That's why, like, to come back on Volk against Makachev, if it was the opposite, Makachev will never take the fight.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They don't do that. They don't.
The Dagestani guy never take the fight like on short notice. They
No.
need to have the whole
they're
stuff.
very logical
Yeah.
people, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
With
they're smart.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying. With everything, like with their training, like if you're not feeling good that day, you're not gonna spar. You're gonna go do something else.
Yeah.
You know, they're like.
But the way the UFC is, they give if you don't take that fight, I don't want to say they're kind of petty,
Yeah,
but
they're
they'll
petty.
remember that. They'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they'll be
Dricus.
like, yeah,
Dricus.
yeah.
That's why he didn't get the title against Adesanya.
At
Yeah,
first, and
they're
then now they
petty
gave it to
Because he
Strickland.
turned up because he was
Mhm.
like couldn't take it.
Yeah, but it's like you have a give and take. It's like, all right, you take this opportunity, and then it pays off for you. Then it pays dividends for a while, but then you lose the fight. But I think you'll still be in the UFC's graces because you took the fight.
Yep.
But then you lose. But it's like, okay, you took a step back, but we're not going to put you way back here. Because
Yeah.
say you don't take the fight, and then now the UFC is like, hey, well, we gave you an opportunity. You didn't want to take it.
And then they'll put you with somebody that's tough.
Yeah.
And if you
Just-
lose that,
Now
you're,
they'll
you're
cut.
all the way in the
Yeah,
back.
they'll put you in the back. They'll cut you, whatever. So it's a give and take. I think you got to dare to be great sometimes. Bryce Mitchell is a motherfucker to do that, some shit like that. You know what I mean? He's always game. He's always ready. So it is what it is. But anyway, that was the main card.
And
Let's
just the
talk
fight
about some
of
prelims. Yeah.
the fight of the night.
Yeah,
Let's talk
Hosa
about that.
versus Irina. That was an incredible fight,
That was-
man. That was an incredible. The leg kick versus the jab. Honestly, the leg
Yeah.
kick versus the jab, man. Irina, she has the most crisp boxing
She's a good boxer.
out of all the female fighters, I think, and then the whole of UFC. Like she has the best boxing, and it was on display last night. She was going in, 1-2, 1-2 threes. The body shots. Oh my God, those were nasty.
She ate a lot of inside leg kicks.
Outside, she ate a lot of bunch. She ate
Yeah.
all the leg kicks you could
But,
ever
like,
throw.
Yeah, you can walk with you can still work with inside leg kicks.
If she took calf kicks, if
Yeah,
Hosa
calf
went
kicks
to the calf, I
looks
think
A
she
lot different.
3 or 4 calf kicks, maybe 5, 6, she would have been done. She would have
Yeah.
won. I don't know why she didn't, because that's
A lot
that's
of
the
people
new
don't.
trend
A
now.
lot of people don't like. You'd be surprised they don't train calf kicks. So
Really? I haven't seen them so much. I feel like that's like the thing.
because you're in South Florida, bro. We train them
No.
out here. But anyway, a
In
lot
the UFC, people throw them like constantly. Maybe I'm
they
just
don't. Yeah, they don't. They don't, bro.
really.
They don't.
Damn.
Maybe inside calf kicks you see
Yeah.
some, but like a lot of the ATT guys do. You know, like people from down here where it kind of originate, like pretty much originate. They throw it, but a lot of people don't know how to actually land that shit, throw it right,
Yeah.
where it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah. Oh man, but
Roger teaches that shit.
yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful. That was a beautiful fight. They were just going at it. I'm surprised she was still walking because her leg was like double the size at the end of it, and she was still staying heavy on the leg. She never switched her stance too much, and she just kept sticking with the same game plan, and she was going. And Hosa is also tough as shit. She was absorbing all those shots, and she kept going back to that leg kick constantly. I was thinking that she was thinking that Man, this bitch got to go down at one point with he's like, I'm throwing kicking the fuck out of her legs. She's not dying.
And to be honest, nobody was expecting that that's gonna be the fight.
Other than that, I was not.
Yeah.
I was not
thinking
thinking.
kind of boring fight.
I know. Irina, she's like I was expecting some fireworks because she usually finishes. She's one of the few female fighters that gets a lot of finishes, and she's really accurate with her hands. So I was expecting her to maybe finish her with a body shot. And then Hosa also gets finishes too. So I wasn't necessarily thinking it was going to be fight of the night, but I was thinking it was going to end up with a finish because most female fights don't. But this one was a nice fight. Yeah, it was a bloodbath. I loved it. I was at the edge of my seat. I was like, what's going to win, the calf or the leg kick or the jab? And man, at the end of
If
it
it was
all,
on the outside, I mean, she will end up like Colby.
yeah.
But since it was most of them were all inside, so she could still step forward. She could still push off and land.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hosa didn't do any grappling exchanges or even like hold clincher against the wall, like put her weight on her, tie her out a little bit, because at some point like her leg was just stable the whole time. I don't know.
But I think she was doing like good job with the jab, like managing the distance. So
she was keeping her away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's why her face was.
I
mean, both of them.
Both of them, they were like
swollen as shit.
Since we're giving advice in this podcast, Irina, check the leg, check the leg. Just pick that leg up, check it. Because if you would have checked 2 or 3 of them, she would stop kicking you. Yeah. But I guess she was maybe the adrenaline. She just didn't feel it at some point. She just went numb about it.
To be honest, the 2 fights of in the women's division were good.
Yeah.
Lipski, like
bar. That was
nasty.
That her grappling has gotten so much better. Like she's really rounded off her skill set. It's really nice. It's cool to see when you see the evolution of all these fighters when they start off and they're like only have one particular skill set, and then you see their fight game evolve over time. It's really spectacular to see. So, but yeah. So congratulations to all the winners on the UFC 296. Amazing card, like I said.
Cody Garbrandt.
Woo! Fight too. Cody Garbrandt. Let's go,
baby.
He's back. And yeah, he called out Figueiredo. If he beats Figueiredo, man, that's a fast track to the title shot because Figueiredo pretty much is getting a title, not a title shot. He's getting a contender fight soon. So if they match them up, and then he can steal his thunder. So.
Oh yeah, he was the best fighter in the world for that one fight
against
Dominic Cruz, and then had that.
Oh, I farted. I'm sorry.
And then now he's back, baby. Let's go. He's on a
Cody.
3-fight winning streak, right?
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Yes, bro.
Cody I think he'll get the strap at one point. Like, he'll get it again.
I hope so.
He's got to avoid certain fighters, but like
it was everything mentally, I think.
Yeah.
Now he's getting back.
But all right.
Fucking Jake Paul. Jake Paul had knocked out that one guy.
I didn't watch. I saw the highlight. Golly,
it was all in the first round.
Yeah,
the guy was super nervous backstage. Like you could see it. Like he didn't want to talk to no interviewers, nobody. He was just wanting to be
nervous.
Yeah, he was very nervous.
Jake
and
Paul, man.
Tentative on in the ring, reacting with the dip, and Jake
his head a lot.
Jake saw it. Set it up with the jab.
So was that guy like a legit guy, or?
Yeah, he was 12-0.
He was he had one loss on his record.
No.
Oh yes.
But I swear he had a loss before.
No.
He's
no. I think
he was 12-0. He was undefeated at the time.
I think he was 1 draw maybe.
Oh shit! Was it like
no contest?
Was he against good guys, or was he like
He's a boxer.
But like usually their records are like 12, and if he's 12-0, he's probably beating guys that are like 10 and 50.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
I just know he was not active for 3 years. He was a lot shorter.
Oh shit!
And he's never been in that position before to fight under that pressure.
Yeah.
So
he picked a good guy.
So he
picked a good guy. I don't know. At some point, I'm not even hating on Jake Paul at this point. I don't really care. If he's long as he's, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, when you see his training like a real guy. I mean,
he's
doing real shit. That was real. That's a real.
But honestly, I think now that if you think of it logically, he's doing it. The way he's approaching his boxing game is similar to what everyone else does.
Yeah,
but he's just doing it at a high profile.
Yeah, of course.
He's picking guys that he knows he can beat, which is what boxers do anyway. Yeah. But they're doing it low key. He's just being.
Anybody who knows the game knows that's how it is.
That's what it is. It just sucks as MMA guys. It's like our guys that were like, man, what the fuck? But
I mean, when you see Khabib was the same. Like he was 15-0, and he was taking on a fighter who was 0-0. Like for his 15 pro fights.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's all the same. Yeah. Even in MMA, do the same shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
If the promotion is fucking with you, it's
they'll give you the fight that they think that for sure in your favor.
You're their guy, then
that's it. If you're the guy of the division or like this, that's it. I mean,
everyone does it. But
to
all
be
right,
honest, the best fight of the night was Strickland and Duplessis.
Yeah. Oh shit, Strickland. That man is crazy, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know, but that was kind of him, like just to put away the
kid, Gilbert Burns' son. He's an 8-move kid.
Move and just jump on
Yo, but there was like, man, there was still other people. There was women around like Strickland. What the fuck?
Standing on business, baby.
He was standing
That's
on
what
business.
I'm talking about.
He was standing
to
on.
be honest, Dana put them there and
On purpose. He did that on purpose. Yeah,
because
he said he didn't even realize it. I'm like,
come on, man.
He said it like after.
Yeah, he didn't realize it.
No, you see, I put them together.
Yeah, but he didn't think about it. That's what he said. Like he didn't realize that.
He's a liar, bro.
He's a good promoter.
Just to promote the fight, because to be honest, like the UFC, like Canada, I mean, when you see the main card to the others UFC fight, it's not like something that people really want to see. So he tried to sell it. But
that's a good point.
to be honest, you have good fight. I mean, like you have like Chris Curtis fighting against the guy from Killcliff.
I'm not gonna lie.
Andre.
I think he's gonna lose
to Duplessis.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Duplessis is so strong and
and
he's coming
forward pressure.
He's like him, like coming forward,
Yeah.
but much stronger.
For much and more grappling, way more.
Well, we'll do an official prediction then when it gets closer. But as of right now, this far out, it's in March, right? Or when is it? Oh, it's soon. It's soon, actually. We'll do another prediction. But I think as of now, Strickland is good with people that just come forward on him because he's just gonna crack. Like
I think he never had someone like big,
like
power.
And not come forward to try and box him. He's coming forward to try to take him down and dominate him on the ground.
Duplessis, he's.
But I seen some of Strickland's training, and he looks like he's doing a lot of wrestling, like a lot more wrestling.
You have to against that guy because we saw it like against Whittaker. Whittaker get cracked like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Duplessis, man, he's a motherfucker. The two,
he's like a tank, bro.
We got some Africans. We got Deshane Strickland, man. He better come with that do rag and that blunt, because man, you got an African motherfucker in
the
Duplessis.
press conference was hilarious. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Some crazy bullshit.
Yeah,
like
so much stuff.
If your coach grabs your ball, or
yeah,
like
what the fuck? I don't know. Anyway.
Hey man, hey, listen. If your coach,
here's the thing, guys.
If your coach is grabbing you by the nutsack, I got a problem.
Yeah, these press conferences are awesome anyway.
That was funny.
Yeah. But all right, guys, we'll end it on that note. Thank you guys for watching. We'll do a prediction for the next pay-per-view as well. We'll do another prediction. Maybe this will be our prediction podcast. You know, the 3-0 right here. We'll keep it going. We'll do predictions and then post-fight reactions. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do one like a live reaction, like a karate combat.
Oh yeah.
Maybe on YouTube,
thinking,
or like a game bright if Hector's not fighting.
Yeah, lower. Because last time I did we were doing a post reaction to the UFC and the one that they put on YouTube, and we were watching it, but fucking YouTube blocked. Like I couldn't put the whole section of on the.
Wow.
It's on Spotify. You can listen to the whole thing on Spotify,
Right,
but on
right.
YouTube they're like copyright. I'm like, motherfucker, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, we can't watch put it on.
Yeah, well, we could, but we'd have to like switch the angles. Like, you know what I mean? We
Yeah,
could
yeah,
watch
yeah.
it live, and then we gotta figure it out.
Yeah, it can't be on the camera. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
can for like a second. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
change it.
just
and, like,
change it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got-
Just film the reaction of
yeah.
Because
Maybe-
because sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no,
'cause
go
that karate comeback card is pretty lit too. Like that has some good.
The last one was
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Like
Who, Henderson versus Showtime?
yeah.
Who
just
won?
the whole.
Showtime.
Showtime won.
Yeah,
Okay.
But everybody's saying that Henderson won. Henderson won.
Was it a
that.
good fight? I didn't
It was
watch
a good
it.
fight. They gave him a 6th round, but it was
Damn.
really Henderson's.
Okay.
Henderson's thing. But yeah, there was a bunch of I love karate comedy.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. No,
Striking.
I like.
Striking.
5 seconds on the ground, get back up.
We got to get you on Karate Combat, man. That'd be sick.
Hell yeah. We got that connect with
Yeah.
with
I know. We got to get him on the podcast. The Karate Kid. He's a Polish fighter. He's really good. He's in Karate Combat right now, but he's on his first 2 losses. First 2 fights he's lost, but he was in a bigger weight class. I think the first one was on short notice. He's a 35er, and he went to 45. And I think he took 2 short notice fights at 145, and he didn't get the job done. But he's actually like a really good striker. He's a legit karate guy too. He trains in Poland. I got to go visit him. I'm about to go to Poland.
Thompson will be there good.
Yeah. I think Tom when he leaves the UFC, he'll go to the.
He should, bro. Like
I'm sure he will. He'll be a champion there. Like it's Sam Alvey, you know.
Fast and his leg.
Yeah. But okay, guys. We'll end on that note. Make sure you head on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram, and yeah. Till next time, guys. Peace, JJ. What the fuck, bro?
Thank you to our new sponsors, Flow State Coffee. Flow State Coffee is a performance coffee with ingredients that give you a deeper focus, better mood, and it lowers caffeine-related anxiety so you don't get any jitters or shake. It's coffee made to get shit done.
Be sure to use discount code DEFY, DEFY at checkout for 10% off all sales.